So today we're going back to some organic diploma questions. So the first one I want to take a look at is the one that gives us this molecule and asks about the parent chain. So the parent chain is always going to be your longest chain you can get, and it doesn't have to be in a straight line. So a lot of students might choose this because everyone thinks linear, but it's not necessarily that. So if you look at your longest chain possible, the one that I have circled, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is 6, but we do have longer than that. So instead, if we went this way, that would be our longest chain possible. And if you count all those carbons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that'd be 9 of them, which means that would be non-ane. So we're not naming the whole thing, just identifying your longest chain, which is your parent chain. This next question from an old diploma question shows this compound here, and then we're supposed to classify it. So the first part is asking if it's aliphatic or aromatic. To be aromatic, you must have a benzene ring, and we do. This part in here makes us aromatic, so it's not going to be A or B. And then looking at whether we have a ester or a carboxylic acid, we're looking at this area in here. So that one is going to be a carboxylic acid. To be an ester, instead of having this H, we would have had another carbon and going from there. So this one had D as our answer. And now this last one was one that's definitely not tested that well, but let's just go through it because it is a bit of theory. So when you're looking at your notes and reading what some of these compounds are used for, just skim it over. Lots of times you can figure it out. So in this particular one, it's nice because we don't need to know what all 4 of these do. We just need to know which 2 of them do. So depending what we're picking, I'm going to start on this list here. Fuel for vehicles, that would be octane, right? And you can think of when you go get gas, right? You have octane at the pump. So if I were to pick that one, I'd have 1 and 5. A food preservative uses ethanoic acid. Now that's definitely not something that comes up all the time, but it is also in your textbook if you did read over some uses. So if I did pick that one, I would have put 4 for ethanoic acid and 6 for what it's used for. Fuel for home gas furnaces, that would be methane. So if I chose that as my answer, instead I would have had a 2 with a 7 instead of a 1 and 5 or 4 and 6, which would leave that last one, methanol, would be an antifreeze. So if I picked that, I'd have 3 and 8. So any 4 of these combinations you'd get full marks for, as long as you correctly identified the compound with its use. As always, I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please subscribe, and if there's any other video I can do for you, just let me know. Thanks for watching.